We have Nick Robertson for us in Islamabad, where so many of these negotiations and the discussions have been at least passing through. It's sort of the hub of this complicated diplomatic wheel right now. Nick, do you have any clarity on what's going on at this hour?
Yeah, I think I do. And we've got the clues from both Secretary Hegseth and Secretary Rubio. Secretary Rubio has really focused on this issue of trying to find some very simple language, some very simple steps, and a memorandum of understanding that sets out the key issues that will be discussed. That is precisely what is in play and what is happening here. And we heard from Secretary Hegseth today say sometimes the actions of the IRGC go out with the bounds of what the negotiators want. That's exactly what we've witnessed. With Project Freedom, the IRGC went out with the bounds of where the negotiators are. For the negotiators to get to the table, and this is what President Trump was, that's what Secretary Rubio said today, President Trump just wants to get to the table to talk about these issues. And what everyone is trying to do is simplify those issues down, get them to just three or four very small issues that can be agreed upon so that the moderates here can actually get to the table and talk face to face to move the thornier issues forward. Because the more issues both sides present, the more the hardliners, certainly in Iran, jump on board. The more that Project Freedom pushed its agenda, the more that Epic Fury pushed its agenda, the more the hardliners in Iran stood up and had a bigger voice. If there is any hope of achieving what the president wants to achieve, which is talks, which is simple points to get into those talks, it is by pausing the kinetic activity. And yes, everyone who says that only gives the IRGC that greater sense of power and achievement of things they don't want to let go. What seems to be happening, and what my understanding of what is happening is, if you can get to the table, then you can push the IRGC's agenda to the margins and try to get some substantive agreement. Remembering that when J.D. Vance was here on the 11th and 12th of April, it seems so long ago now, the assessment then was that they were very close to a deal. It slipped through their fingers. I think there's an effort to try to recapture that moment, but by continuing in a military or a vein that the IRGC sees as provocations, that's not going to work. So from my understanding, from the big picture, from the details I see here, that I think is what's in play.